Imagine dedicating months, sometimes years, pouring every ounce of energy, every sleepless night, every nerve-wracking moment into launching a crowdfunding campaign, and then watching it crash, barely scraping together a fraction of the goal. It's a gut punch nobody warned you about. No matter how brilliant the idea, no matter how many friends you begged for support, it feels like you're shouting into an empty room. There's a toxic lie handed to every founder, investor, and leader out there that crowdfunding is simple, predictable, even glamorous. That if you just build your page, post some updates, and hustle a bit, the money will come. But here's the raw truth that breaks through the noise. Crowdfunding as you know it is broken. Its rules are shackles. Its promises are illusions. Its systems are designed not to liberate, but to trap. The problem doesn't live in your idea. The problem isn't your pitch or your product. The problem is the entire ecosystem, and the invisible walls built by accepted beliefs that everyone blindly obeys. You've been told to rely on followers, on social media likes, on viral hype. You've been pushed to think your success depends on popularity contests, mediocre gimmicks, and endless giveaways that drain your resources instead of fueling genuine growth. And worst of all, you've been convinced to accept these rules as the only way. That to succeed, you must conform. Listen close, because for every second you hesitate, you lose momentum, you lose faith. And fading hope is the enemy of every visionary who dares to change the world. But here's the shock and the opportunity. These crowds, these systems, these best practices that crush so many dreams are not the only way. The entire world of crowdfunding is poised on the edge of a revolution, and the key to unlocking it isn't louder noise or more followers. It's about breaking every fake rule, tearing down every comfort zone, and stepping beyond what you think you know into a space where extraordinary power awakens. First, forget the myth of the crowd. Don't think of crowdfunding as the crowd at all, because that word fools you. The truth is this: the crowd is waiting to be led. People don't back ideas because they're impressed by slick videos or endless updates. They back ideas because they connect deeply, emotionally, intellectually, with the people driving them. Crowdfunding isn't about the mass audience. It's about igniting the few who already burn with the same unshakable fire you carry inside. The founders and investors who see the world not as it is, but as it could be. Here's the brutal insight almost no one will admit. Most campaigns fail because they try to be for everyone and end up being for no one. Trying to appeal to the masses kills authentic connection. It dilutes your message, mutes your passion, and makes your vision vanish into a sea of noise. The rare few who win aren't those who chase popularity. They're those who dare to be relentlessly authentic, who refuse to apologize for being different, who build crowd-free networks of raw, unfiltered connection, the kind of networks that cut through noise and tap into deeply human drives: identity, purpose, power. Next, stop worshiping numbers. Social proof is a lie when it's unearned. Sure, big numbers feel safe, but safety is the enemy of breakthrough. Instead, focus on creating what matters, what emotionally hooks the right people, and then nurture that connection with an intensity that feels like electricity. One passionate backer who believes in your journey will win more than 1,000 lukewarm ones. Think quality, not quantity. Think relationships, not reach. And how do you find those few? It's not about begging friends or ad spamming every corner of the internet. It's about alignment. About seeking those rare sparks who resonate with the why behind your project. This is the hidden secret. Crowdfunding is not a battle of sell, sell, sell. It's a gathering of minded souls who see your vision and say, "This is my fight too." To do that, you need to be brutally clear about your why, your mission, your code. You must stand at the edge, shaking off the comfort that keeps so many stuck in safe routines. Only when you burn for something that matters beyond money will you attract others who feel the same heat. Then realize the conventional timeline is a trap. Too many give up after a few weeks, chasing quick wins instead of building lasting power. But here's a truth that's rarely spoken. Crowdfunding is a marathon, not a sprint. The world's great innovators didn't change history overnight. They built slow, steady movements. This game requires patience, consistency, and fierce endurance. Every day without a pledge is not defeat. It's data. Every silence is feedback. Learn, adapt, deepen your ties. The long game favors those who refuse to quit in the face of comfort's siren call. It's also time to radicalize your storytelling. Forget the cookie-cutter pitches filled with bullet points and jargon. Sure, your idea might be innovative, technical, or complex, but the emotions you stir are what move people. Tell the story that holds your own fire. Share the battles, the stakes, the dreams that keep you awake at night. Make your backers feel like they're part of a quest, not customers, not stats. Because humans crave legacy, impact, and the chance to be heroes in something bigger than themselves. And while the world is obsessed with going viral, a fleeting shadow, never forget the power of intentional networks. Some of the most powerful campaigns have launched not through viral memes, but through carefully built alliances of the right people. Those who are fiercely aligned in mission, vision, and values. This is where founders become founders who matter, where investors find sparks not just to fund, but to ignite movements. Build your own tribe, not the biggest, but the rarest, the fiercest, the most committed. Those are the people who step up when it counts. On top of all this, ditch dependence on centralized platforms and their mercy. Crowdfunding giants come with hidden costs. They impose rules, algorithms, and silent biases that keep many extraordinary projects invisible. Refuse to surrender your power to any company or fad. Seek ways to decentralize your impact. Use tools that put control in your hands, that grow community instead of just dollars. Own your audience. Own your story. Own your future. And don't just fundraise. Empower. Create an ecosystem of support where founders lift founders, investors become mentors, and leaders ignite one another. Crowdfunding must stop being transactional and start being transformational. Because behind every campaign is a person, a visionary aching to shake the foundations. The only way forward is connection. Fierce, fearless connection that shatters isolation and builds untouchable synergy. Now, feel this burning. The world doesn't lack ideas. It lacks courage. It lacks the will to crush old structures and race headfirst into what's next. The system wants you compliant, predictable, mediocre. But inside you is a spark made to ignite wildfires. This is not a wait-and-see story. It's a break-all-the-rules moment. It's a call to unlearn everything you thought about crowdfunding, what it takes, who it serves, and rebirth it in a way that honors your rebel soul, your radical vision. Imagine your crowdfunding becoming a launch pad, not for a product, but for a revolution. Imagine your network not as a crowd, but as a sharp constellation of minds and hearts aligned on one fierce mission. Imagine connection so potent it can't be bought but only earned through grit, integrity, and relentlessness. Imagine what happens when founders stop begging for scraps and start building sovereign empires of impact. When investors don't just fund ideas but bring wisdom and fire. When every single link in your network pulls in the same direction, breaking apart the old illusions of scarcity and mediocrity. This isn't easy. This isn't for those who crave comfort or approval. It's for those who burn with a restlessness that won't be silenced. It's for those who come alive not when the path is clear, but when it's wild and uncertain and screaming for a radical leap. It's for those who realize the greatest limitation isn't access to money or followers, but access to each other. The misaligned brilliance, the lonely genius, the misunderstood visionaries, they will not save themselves. They need connection. And from that connection, a new world will be born. So reject the rulebook that suffocates you. Reject the false prophets selling simple wins. Step instead into the ruthless freedom of being critical, selective, and patient. Unleash your will as your weapon. Align fiercely with those who burn as you do. Build not a campaign, but a movement. One spark, one backer, one alliance at a time. A world of liberated individuals ready to transcend the boundaries of old crowdfunding myths. Because the true power of crowdfunding is not in the money raised. It's in the revolution awakened. The revolution powered by you and those few who dare to become more. And that revolution? It's already beginning. Will you be the spark, or just another echo lost in the crowd?